Championship Saturday at the APP Sacramento Open. Over 1,200 players, including more than 250 pros, and all of our 2025 gold medalists in action this weekend in Roseville as we get set to hand out some hardware. In the men's doubles, it has been Will Howells and Jack Munro that have been the gold standard on tour so far in 2025. And for the third consecutive tournament, we're going to get a matchup of the top two seeds. Hi, everyone. Welcome into the booth here on Championship Court alongside Next Gen National Team Head Coach Chad Edwards and Pro Pickleball Coach Dominic Catalano. I'm Dorian Kraft. Fellas, we have seen this matchup play out multiple times. And, of course, Jack Munro, Will Howells, they have gotten the better of Erik Lange Max Manthou the first two times through.
Yeah, well, one thing's for sure with Howells and Munro, you cannot give them opportunities, one, to either come back if you have a lead, or two, extend their lead. They're able to create from anywhere on the court. Munro sets up Howells perfectly. He can move the ball around. He's got some of the fastest hands with the counters. And, of course, he also switches from left-handed to right-handed in the middle of a point when he needs to. But look for Howells to try and create off of that backhand speed up. And then Munro will also step over and close in the middle.
The biggest difference in this matchup from Daytona, Dom, is the fact that Erik Lange and Max Manthou, they are healthy and 100% ready in this tournament.
Yeah, and Max Manthou and Erik Lange, a very formidable duo. They're dangerous. You would think that Erik Lange would be the left side player because he's so big and lanky and put that big forehand in the middle, but it's the opposite. They put Manthou on the left. He gets active. He plays fast. Look for them to play that way and see if they can come out on top.
A breezy afternoon here in Sacramento, 63 degrees. The champs are on court and looking to defend their title. Will Howells, Jack Munro, back-to-back golds. Can they make it a three-peat? Don't go anywhere. Find out next.
Volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
At The Botanist, we always look further, seeing potential where others may not. We sustainably hand forage 22 Isla Botanicals to make a beautifully balanced gin, capturing the essence of our Scottish island home, consciously crafted by our community to be enjoyed by yours. Look further.
This is how the bracket is played out to get us to this point. Lange and Manthou coming in straight games over Diamond and Newcomb, 5-5. Howells and Munro, 2-7 over Shank and Powell. These two teams looking very sharp moving into the championship match.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, and Dom mentioned it coming into this, is Erik Lange is healthy here in Sacramento. He had issues in Daytona with a foot injury, and they still had game points in game one.
2024 season really emerged as a force in the last half of the season last year that's carried over into the 2025 season. Have not been able to break through on the men's doubles side yet because of the duo that they're facing today in Munro and Howells, as the first point goes to the boys in purple.
Well, look for Jack Munro. He's still dealing with a little tweak in the back. See if that has any effect on him in this matchup.
Side out.
Missed third there from Manthou. In these colder conditions, how could that affect Munro's back?
Could stiffen up quickly.
Oh, nice step over there from Howells. Stays short, gets on top of it, goes straight into the body of Lange.
A little shake and bake action.
One.
There's just so much that Lange and Manthou are able to do because of Lange's ability to cover court.
Well, and you have Manthou's active, so he's all over the court, but then Lange steps in the middle, and with his big frame and reach, he covers for him.
Oh, yeah.
Point.
A good job by Munro just making Manthou hit another ball after another ball.
Well, and especially when it's up and there's wind, anything can happen, and we saw that one come right off the end of the paddle of Manthou.
ATP to perfection to force the side out.
Well in on that ATP.
Wasn't that much
1-2.
past the net post right there, but Manthou shapes it well. Oh!
Second serve.
Just short.
It almost hit Will Howells on the foot right
1-2-2.
there.
Got the bright pink target on the feet of Will Howells. Lange not able to make the pickup.
Well, the Munro ability to get on top of this counter. Watch how he gets on top of this and hits it down. Right there is perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
Right down the line, threads the needle with the backhand.
That's a perfect ball from Howells there as well, because Lange took a step to the middle, protecting Manthou with the uncoil.
3-1-1.
Just threads the needle straight by Lange.
Munro not able to get that.
Hands in the crowd.
She was on it.
Three, 1-2.
Oh, that's
The
pretty.
shape on that ball from Munro was ridiculous.
if he hits that, without any shape, hits it flat, Manthou's all over it. But he creates that shape, creates that dip. Manthou has to try and hit up on it. It goes in the net.
Too much off the paddle of Erik Lange, and a quick 5-1 lead for the top seeds.
Yeah, a little unlucky there for Lange catching the net cord. Howells able to get on top, so then when Lange went for the second attack, it was down, up.
Timeout on court. We will step away as well. Howells Munro out to the 4-point lead.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
Welcome back. Will Howells, Jack Munro leading here in game number 1 of our men's pro doubles gold medal match. The top seeds looking to make it 3 consecutive victories on tour this season. It has been this same matchup in Fort Lauderdale and Daytona Beach. And so far, Howells and Munro have bested Lange and Manthou both times.
Second
Missed
serve.
third there from Manthou. Second serve coming.
Yeah, good deep return there. Pushes Manthou well behind the baseline.
1-5-2.
Hitting off the back foot into the wind.
Oh,
Point.
the defense, though, from Munro and Howells on the attack from Erik Lange.
2-5-2.
Yeah, good
Point.
A
spot.
little caught up there in the middle of the court.
Well, that started with the Lange serve. He went shorter angle, so it pushed Howells over to the sideline where Munro was, as well as they were coming from the uncoil.
3-5-2.
And then Manthou hits it in the middle, so it creates that miscommunication.
Oh,
Right.
Manthou not able to get out of the way. That's a smart move there from Munro.
yeah, he's trying to get out of the way as Manthou can't get the paddle down fast enough. You see him hugging his paddle right there as he's trying to get it down.
5-3-1. Point.
Good step up and attack there from Munro. Lange trying to go deep and put the
6-3-1.
pressure on, but Munro steps up, sees the opportunity.
Point.
Another point.
You hear Howells look at Munro and go, good rip right there. As even if that
7-3-1.
does come over, Howells is crashing. Oh, the wind just knocked that lob down. I thought it was good off his paddle.
It was an instant knockdown right here. Up and no.
Probably the shortest lob that Erik Lange has ever hit in his career. And another
8-3-1, 1
timeout as
minute.
it's a 5-point advantage now for Howells and Munro. The AARP match spotlight this week was the women's doubles Masters Division gold medal match. Anna Shirley and Kelly Ojeda doing what they do best.
Yeah, Anna Shirley, one of the nicest players on tour you'll meet, but also the most competitive. Steps up. Partner Kelly Ojeda coming out, taking the championship here on Wednesday.
Congratulations to all of our Masters and Champions winners. A lot of familiar names on that leaderboard.
Yeah, there really is. Beautifully done by all these pros on the Masters and Champions side.
15 seconds. Remaining timeout. Receivers 0, servers 2.
Max Manthou, Erik Lange without
5 in,
any timeouts
8-3-1.
left and finding themselves in a 5-point deficit here in game number 1 of our men's pro doubles.
Second
A little
serve.
help off the net cord there.
Yeah, I was going to say, good use of the net cord there from Manthou, Howells, and Munro.
8-3-2.
Trying to apply a lot of pressure here, playing a little bit faster pace than what we typically see from them.
Oh, Oh.
That was a longer point. It ends up going out. But how has the faster pace of Howells Monroe really made things difficult for Lange Manthou?
Well, usually it's Lange and Manthou that are trying to play quick and put that pressure on. And we talk about it quite often is if you're playing against those more aggressive players, you have to try and speed it up on them before they do on you.
Oh, are you kidding, Jack Munro?
Oh, Erik Lange just trying to hit Jack Munro with that ball. But Monroe's paddle up, ready for it. This ball right there. Perfectly done by Monroe.
3-8-2.
Pushes that one just long. Another point for Lange Manthou.
Saying that one, Monroe tries to block, and he's lifting up, scooping it right there with the block, and it just pushes deep with the wind.
Manthou crashing, trying to create, but finds the net instead.
Well, usually one he doesn't miss right there. He'll usually follow up that drive third with a drive fifth, and he's usually money with that.
Comes up short there on the pickup.
9-4-1.
Oh, Monroe trying to go with the righty there. You can hear it in the court mics and the referee mic, the wind and how much it's whipping around out there right now.
Oh,
tricky.
Good spot right there outside the body of Jack Munro by Max Manthou.
4-9-1.
Those wind gusts have picked up to almost 20 miles an hour here on championship court. Oh.
Lange almost wore the third off the cheek as he was crashing off of Manthou's third shot drop.
Duck and cover right there, but again, Monroe with the hands.
There we go.
Gets a little help from the net court as well.
Lange finally able to get one through the middle.
Well, Lange able to finally get on top of one right here, too. You watch him crash nicely through transition, then gets on top of that last one.
5-9-2.
Monroe just pulls that one a bit wide, so a late run here for Lange and Manthou as they've worked themselves back within 3 here in game number 1.
Yeah, it's a good timeout here from Howells and Monroe. Had a little bit of indecision from Monroe on that last ball. Looked like he thought about speeding it up and then made the decision to go back behind Manthou, but ended up hooking it wide.
Again, the wind even coming into play on the dinks, right? As they're pushing these balls sideline to sideline, so they're knocking it down or pushing it wide.
You can really see represented in the flags around the grounds how much the wind is coming into play, really whipping and moving. And so that makes not only the execution of shots, but the communication throughout the course of the point that much more important.
Yeah, communication in your targets as well. I mean, if you're with the wind, right now it's kind of blowing across the court, left to right, as you look at Monroe and Howells.
Lange and Manthou trailing by 3 here in game number 1.
Ooh,
just wide.
Surprising that one didn't blow back in.
Maybe the one time the wind stopped blowing throughout the course of this match. Backhand flick roll. That is patented Will Howells.
That's absolutely beautiful here, and it's so easy to overhit this shot too. But watch him just nice and easy flick roll He keeps that ball in by 5 feet.
10-6-1.
Game point.
Point game,
Smooth
11-6.
sailing for the top seeds in game number 1. Howells and Monroe take it 11-6, halfway to capturing their 3rd consecutive gold medal.
Everyone knows standing still doesn't get you about movement and progression, power, strength, innovation, expertise. On the court, off the court, and on the way to the court, you have to expect more out of yourself. And you should expect more of the company who makes your tires. Getting you more miles, traction, and safety is why we get up in the morning. Let's drive forward. Expect more. Fortune Tires.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Our men's doubles gold medal match is a rematch of Fort Lauderdale. The top seed Will Howells, Jack Munro taking on the 2 seeds in Erik Lange and Max Manthou.
Good communication, good leave right there.
They are serving for game number 1. Saved a pair of game points as the top seeds take game 1 at 12-10. Howells creating with the ATP, steps back for the finish. Howells puts that away. Championship point for Howells and Monroe. Howells and Monroe make it back-to-back golds. They get past Erik Lange and Max Manthou in straight games. Howells and Monroe trying to make it 3 straight gold medals to start off the 2025 season. They are halfway there, taking game 1 11-6, and on serve to start game number 2.
Side out.
Missed third.
Yeah. Right. Just dies.
0-0-1.
How many balls do you have to hit in this match to win a point?
Well, it's who can make the adjustment here earliest, right? Because the wind's totally different side to side.
1-0-1.
Well, that takes the wind out of play. The hands battle.
Oh.
Howells getting a little bit big there on the counter.
Well, it was just too big with the transition from backhand to forehand. But also on these hands battles as well, it comes down to who can get on top of that ball first. Right on the baseline.
Too much from Manthou. Second serve still coming.
Tough to keep that one in there when it's a little bit flatter.
2-0-2.
Manthou not able to get the roll.
A missed return there from Howells. A 3-point lead for Lange and Manthou.
3-0-2.
Stepping across, and he says, "That's not my ball."
Yeah, just a little too far out of position there for Lange.
0-3-1.
Gets overextended.
Oh,
Point.
stays in. Manthou puts his head down.
Well, the paddle was there.
Yeah.
Just kicked up and over with the net cord right here. Yeah, got it. No, no.
1-3-1.
As that ball goes past, you're like, please go out.
That ball's
And a
going
voice.
out.
Return from Lang well out. Already he's down to a 1-point deficit.
Second serve.
Backhand flick, that one a little too strong.
Get a way out from Erik Lange.
Howells was standing up a little too tall there on that one, so it was a quick
2,
flick.
3, 2.
Oh,
It's off balance and off the end of the paddle for Manthou. We're tied at 3.
it was 2 mishits from both of them.
3, 3, 2.
Oh, that's not going
Side
over.
out.
Another big
Gust
wind
of
gust.
wind. The wind wreaking havoc here on championship court throughout the course of this
3-3-1.
men's pro doubles gold medal match.
Okay. Second serve.
Yeah, that one came off the end of Manthou's paddle as he was trying to crash forward.
3, 3, 2.
Oh, nice pick.
Howells puts it right off the right kneecap of Manthou.
Scoop right there for Lang, but Howells reaching in nicely this time. A bit heavier
3,
roll.
3, 1.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, no. Howells missed the easiest ball of the entire rally.
We've seen that a bit this week
3,
on this
2.
court. It kind of hits the court and slides through.
And too much there on the forehand drive. So after both teams traded 3-point runs, neither one able to add on their service sides. Manthou taking an extra second to go to the towel.
3, 3, 1.
A good spot there on the third drop as they go back in front.
Kind of ate him up right there on the drop shot, and Howells trying to go hard cross court. Ends up jamming himself up a little bit.
4, 3, 1.
Oh, Lang
Second
trying to
serve.
slide that one behind Howells. Just couldn't get enough paddle on.
4, 3, 2.
And then sends that one well
Side
off.
out.
Double off the wall there for Lang.
Stand up. no
Stand
less.
up double easy. I don't know for Erik. I don't know how quick he is.
Got the long
3,
stride.
4, 1.
What a forehand drive from Manthou.
That lob almost started coming back toward the net right there.
3,
Manthou
4, 2.
chases it down and just rips it back at Munro.
Point.
And that sails on him. To say these are difficult conditions is an understatement.
Oh, 100%. You got to make
4,
adjustments.
4, 2.
Forget side to side, point to point.
Oh, excellent adjustment there for Munro.
Some
That,
frustration there from Manthou.
well, yeah, I mean, if that doesn't hit the net cord right there, Manthou gets on top, it's going to go down toward the feet of
5, 4,
Munro,
2.
but it hits the net cord, kicks up, and Munro makes the adjustment and flips it.
Oh, and that's out.
Timeout.
A
receiver,
timeout
6,
taken
4,
here
2,
from
1
Lang
minute.
and Manthou as they find themselves trailing here in game number 2. Will step away as well. The top seed is inching closer to another gold.
people play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Will Howells, Jack Munro leading 6-4 here in game number 2. Manthou and Lange, time feels like it's getting late. What do they need to do to recapture the momentum?
Controlled chaos. Get back into it. Get back into their game. They're getting slowed down a little bit.
Side out.
Pushes Munro back there to force the side out. And in these conditions, how do they create that chaos?
Well, again, it's being aggressive, but they also can't overhit. They have to kind of choose the right balls to be aggressive, but also that right there is a good flick. You know, take the ones that are kind of dead or where Munro and Howells aren't anticipating that speed up.
Manthou doing work there on the left. We're tied at 6.
Well, creating that chaos again, right? He's going inside out on Munro. He's going forehand, backhand. And bodies up Howells.
Second serve.
Oh, no, we're not going to get. We are.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, we are going to get a challenge. Why not?
Timeout.
A challenge on court as the serve was called long.
Puts us at 6-6-2. We will now proceed with video review.
So neither team has used the challenge. This will be the first. Our video review ref for this match is Ken Schoonover. And as a reminder, as we take another look here at the serve,
Ooh, from that angle right there, it looks pretty close.
so you can only review rally ending calls.
Yep.
You do have challenges to spare. You get penalized if you lose your challenge. And this is really a good moment because not only is it a challenge.
That's a free time.
Exactly. And at this stage in game number 2, as we take another look from this angle, if you're Manthou and Lange, if this call is overturned, you are leading 7-6-1, trying to force a game number 3 here. Looking for any momentum. You guys talked about creating some chaos. They need to find that spark.
In a tight second game, too, where points are a premium. This is big.
Largest lead has been 3, and that was in the first run for Manthou and Lange. Largest lead for Howells and Munro in game number 2 was 6-4.
After review, the video was inconclusive. Call on the court stands. No challenges lost. 3 challenges remaining. 3 challenges remaining. We will resume play at 6-6-2.
So inconclusive evidence to overturn the call makes it 6-6-2. Manthou serving here in game number 2.
Oh,
Good. The spot right into the hip.
Yeah, that right hip. So what that forces Lange to do is have to slide with the paddle as he makes contact. It continues that ball out wide.
Oh, just catching the edge guard.
Well, Howells ready for the counter, right? And this is what he's anticipating this ball coming back, but I don't think he was anticipating it can go that long.
Lange sets himself up for the put away.
Yeah, good reach in and flick there from Lange. Takes a cross body on Howells. Howells was sitting more forehand. Takes that outside the left hip, creates the pop up.
Munro just caught a little off balance, pulls it into the net as Lange and Manthou back in front.
Ball almost gets behind his head here. All right, almost gets behind or above his head.
Into the body of Manthou, second serve.
Lange saying that was stupid. Well, probably have to agree as far as the speed up from down low up. Majority of the time, your partner's going to be the one that gets hit, and that's exactly what happened there for Manthou.
You have to appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, it just gives a little, it gives too much reaction time for Munro there by taking that cross court from down up.
As if he needs any more.
Yeah.
And so a couple of mental errors there as Manthou shadow swinging what he should have done instead.
Yeah, and again, he gets caught a little bit, and then even thinking that may have gone long, so he's almost trying to pull his paddle down.
6-7-1.
Good leave there from Manthou. The net cord working in their favor.
Just a little too flat there for Munro. Manthou able to get on top of that enough that it forced Munro to hit from down up.
Into the crowd, 7-all.
Well, yeah, Manthou and Lange choosing not to uncoil on that one, and I think when they don't, it gives Munro and Howells a little bit more of an advantage.
Oh, what a get.
Hands battle won by Lange and Manthou.
Erik Lange fired up right now. You don't see that. You see him very calm, cool, and collected most of the time. When he's getting fired up, you know it means something here.
Lange more of the gentle giant. Getting a little love from the crowd is Munro for the ATP.
Well, and the big thing there as well is he switches to the right hand that allows him to shape that back around. The benefits of being ambidextrous.
It's ridiculous. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Oh, what a read.
Point.
Jeez, Erik
Little
Lange
nope.
just slap backhand.
Well, that's the danger of going to the left hip or into the body of Lange. It really gives him that ability to hit into his strength, which is the backhand, where we've seen issues on the right hip of Erik Lange.
And now Howells' preferred shot failing him as it sails wide. And a timeout on court as Lange and Manthou have worked themselves a 2-point lead here in game number 2. You guys said they needed to create a little bit more chaos. They needed to be a little bit more clean. To this point, Lange and Manthou have been able to do that.
Well, yeah, they've started to create that chaos, but they've created it under a controlled point. It wasn't just right off the bat. After a couple dings, they're looking for the right spot. You saw Manthou speed up right hip, left hip of Jack Munro right in front of him. They've come out on top a few of these, and now you have a frustrated Munro and Howells on the other side calling the timeout.
Howells Munro plays such good defense. How do Lange and Manthou close this out? Because it's not going to be an easy 2 points.
Well, just continuing to go do what they've been doing. But the biggest thing that they've also been able to accomplish is in those hands battles, it's been Lange and Manthou that have gotten on top of the ball first and attacking from up down.
Miss hit there from Manthou, side out.
Out of the timeout, immediate aggressive play from Jack Munro. I like it.
7-9-1. Second serve.
Howells puts it into the net, second serve.
And a little bit of a misstep there for Howells.
7-9-2.
Tangled up with his footwork a little bit.
Too much off the paddle of Lange. What a point.
Well, the lob here from Munro, throwing it up. Lange with the little backhand flick. It puts Munro and Howells back in the offensive position, and then the reach in and the flick from Howells gets Lange to hit up on it just enough.
Big drive from Manthou into the hip of Munro, keeps the 1-point lead intact. Now Lange and Manthou on serve, 2 points away from forcing game number 3. Brings up game point.
Manthou just sitting dead red, perfectly executed.
10-8-1.
Oh, Lange trying to do too much right
Took a
there.
swing at the one ball.
He did. And then he tried to step up and make up for the swing and the miss.
10-8-2.
Still game point. To decide it all, game number 3 for the gold is next.
Game 2 goes to Lange and Manthou.
This is why we drink. We drink for tonight, finally in town on the same weekend. Inside jokes, the great outdoors, karaoke till dawn, another cold one and a second slice. We drink for tomorrow, for the 7 a.m. 5K and the tailgate that follows. For the personal best that's about to be bestie. Kick flips and polar dips. Drop shots, cheap shots, shoot your shot. We drink for the moment, shaky hands, steady beat. A blank canvas, trying to be something. Drink for yourself. No alcohol, no hangover, no empty calories. Not a moment wasted. Partake brews the liquid. You bring the courage. Today is for the taking, and we make it happen.
Game 1 went to Howells and Munro. They kept Lange and Manthou off balance, moved the ball around as well. Were able to get on top and really attack from up down, forcing Lange and Manthou to hit some balls deep and kind of put too much pressure on that one right there. Not the best love from Erik Lange. But then going into game two, totally different story.
Yeah, game two, Lange and Manthou again got that controlled chaos and then started to speed balls up and were getting what they wanted. They didn't start right away. They were hitting more third shot drops and then creating off of maybe the 7th or the 9th. That's their game. They did a great job of it. There's that lob and turnaround whip forehand for Manthou. But again, coming out on top of a lot of these hands battles were Manthou and Lange, and now we're going to 3.
And a big exclamation there at the end for Erik Lange. He will serve first here in game number 3.
Time in, 0-0-2. Point.
Cut that dink a little bit short. The first point goes to the boys in purple.
1-0-2.
Too far there for Lange. He's overextended.
0-1-1.
Long point goes the way of Howells and Munro.
There was a scorpion about 30 shots ago from Jack Munro that was unbelievable. But then great coverage in the middle from Howells.
1-1-1.
On the speed up for Manthou.
Tough ball there from Manthou to speed up. Just a little too close to the body so he doesn't get the shape that he was looking for.
Forehand error pushes Howells and Munro in front.
2-1-1.
Pop up off of the net cord makes for the easy put away for Manthou. Still second serve for the top seed.
2-1-2. Point.
And again, catching Lange sliding with that backhand.
Yeah, a good combination there from Munro and Howells. First up, driving into Manthou as he was uncoiling from the stack and then just following it across the court. Like you said, Dorian, that right hip of Lange, it kind of forces him into a chicken wing.
Again. What's the adjustment that Lange needs to make to avoid the chicken wing?
Slide with the body. Slide to the right and keep that elbow down.
Timeout receivers, 4-1-2.
Timeout on court as this shades of game number 1. Howells and Munro out to the early 4-1 lead. What's been the biggest adjustment that you've seen early on here in game 3?
Well, you're seeing right now Howells and Munro take it to Manthou and Lange right now. They're the ones being the aggressors. They're the ones starting these firefights. And when it seems like the team that can create first is the team that's coming out on top. And right now you're seeing that from Howells and Munro. They're creating first and coming out on top.
4-1-2. seconds. Remaining timeouts. Receivers 1, servers 2. Time in. 4-1-2.
Howells Monroe leading 4-1 in game number 3. Other side of the court, but they still catch Erik Lange.
Yeah, good little flick there from Howells, but again, he's not going extended on the body of Lange. He's going either crossbody or into the body.
Manthou able to put it down to force the side out.
Yeah, not the best speed up there from Munro. Got that ball a little bit behind him, so didn't have anything on it. Plus, it was going from down up.
1-5-1.
Howells reaches in, puts it in the right hip of Manthou.
Oh, good spot, just out of his reach, just out of his wheelhouse there from Will Howells at Manthou.
1-5-2. Point.
Just hit there from Munro. But that's the difference between Lange and Manthou. Lange, you want to tie up in the body. Manthou, you want to get him extended. So you have that adjustment between when you're attacking each player as well.
2-5-2.
Manthou pulls it just wide, so only able to get 1 point on their service side. Howells Monroe 1 point away from sending us to the end change. This is the third there.
Monroe's had a little bit of a struggle the last couple of points with mishits and that ball moving around on him.
Side out.
Too much there, side out. And that's exactly the kind of defensive stand that Manthou and Lange needed quickly back on serve.
2-5-1. I'll recall. 2-5-1.
That's time to miss hit one.
Yep. We'll take that one.
2-5-2.
Wet cord.
Indication in the middle.
Gets a little love off the tape right there, and Howells a little ahead of it.
Gets Manthou and Lange back within 2 here in game number 3.
3-5-2.
Manthou forehand winner to draw within 1.
Went to the same spot twice, right? He's got to change that spot up. Manthou just sitting dead red here on the forehand twice. Here's the first, here's the second.
A big response for the 2 seeds. It forces a timeout on court for Howells and Monroe as they have seen their lead trimmed to just a single point. Fellas, this is what we expect when we see these 2 teams go head-to-head when they're both 100% healthy. This is an incredible matchup.
Yeah, and again, it comes down to, and Dom, you talked about it, who can create first, who can put that pressure on. Both these teams right now are playing their best when they're initiating that speed up and they're hitting the spots. Unfortunately, like what you said, Dom, is that Howells hit both the same spot twice.
Time in. 4-5-2.
3-point run for Manthou and Lange to draw within a point here in game number 3. Make it a 4-point run as we are tied at 5.
Monroe just trying to do a little too much there on the speed up.
too much there from Manthou on the drive, side out. Some extra conversation happening on the side of Howells and Monroe.
Miscommunication.
Change in. 6-5-1.
That sends us to the end change with Howells and Monroe leading 6-5-1. Just over halfway through this game number 3 of our men's pro doubles gold medal match. Howells Monroe took game 1 11-6. Lange and Manthou taking game 2 11-8 to force this winner take all game number 3.
Yeah, if there's one spot on the court that's kind of been a little bit of trouble for Lange and Manthou, it's that middle ball. There's some hesitation, especially on that last one, whether Lange was going to reach in and take it out of the air, or whether Manthou was going to take it on the forehand.
What's the solution to clean up that miscommunication?
Talk.
Well, you heard as soon as that point or that ball went in the net, you heard Lange go, sorry.
6-5-1.
Good spot there from Manthou to create the pop-up.
Great angle on the Ernie there from Lange.
I mean, Lange going across right here. It's like, you know, stroll in the park, one big leap over a puddle.
Coming up off the tape, catches Howells in the body, side out.
It's happened a couple times for Howells as he's crashing off the Monroe drive, and Manthou gets some love off the tape.
5-6-1.
Sails long, a point for Manthou and Lange as we are tied once again.
We've seen that forehand speed up a couple of times from Manthou. The big thing is he drops the paddle head straight down. As he is kind of shaping that ball, accelerating through, it's forcing Monroe to hit up on it.
There's that downward angle in the counter of Monroe is so good at.
6-6-2.
Oh, Monroe just getting too big.
That's all you. And Monroe getting on that one, on top of that one, just a little too much.
It pushes Lange and Manthou back in front.
A little hesitation there from Manthou. The feet got locked up.
There's visible frustration on the part of Max Manthou as the serve going back over to Howells and Monroe.
6-7-1.
Getting into the late stages here in game number 3.
Just inside the sideline.
Slippery little forehand.
But Manthou, it's just fire, reload, fire. You see how short and quick that load is.
Oh, what a monster serve from Will Howells.
Huge serve right down the center service line.
7-7-2.
Howells just grip and rip to retake the lead.
Put it into fourth gear right there. Let's go, baby. 2 rip serves. And then third drive, fifth drive.
This game has featured 4 ties, 3 lead changes.
Lange just asked the referee to watch Howells' serve.
Do you see anything real time?
No, it's
borderline, but it's still good.
That's the gamesmanship. Because if anyone has another serve to look at and be careful of, it is Erik Lange.
7-8-1.
The game within the game. So smart from Howells.
Yeah, and that's exactly it right there. He pulls Manthou out wide, knows that he's going to be crashing hard back into the middle, so Howells just hits it straight back into the move.
Twice in a row.
Jack Munro. Can hear Mom on the sideline right here. She's right next to the booth. Jack Munro's mom. Cheering him on.
Lange asking our lead referee how many timeouts they have left. They have one.
8-7-1.
The speed of the hands make Howells so difficult to beat.
And it's dangerous when Manthou's running around this forehand or around the backhand because Howells is looking for that flick.
Timeout receivers, 9-7-1.
And right there, instead of going at Manthou, he went at Lange.
Timeout taken by Lange and Manthou as Howells and Munro have worked themselves 2 points away from a third consecutive gold medal this season.
Well, it's similar to what we saw in Daytona where Lange and Manthou had game points in both games 1 and 2 there. But if you give Howells and Munro the ability to come back or to even extend a lead, you know, they're going to take it. They've been so strong down the stretch and in tough situations. And we saw Howells kind of step it up a gear when we're at 7-7 right there. Big serve and then a big serve and a crash and drive.
Howells and Munro 2 points away from capturing a gold medal. They lead 9-7 on serve. Brings up championship point.
Key here. They're on first serve still, too.
10-7-1.
Oh, couldn't get on top of it. Chad's over here swinging away like a fly swatter.
Just a little too big there on the takebacks from Munro.
Still championship point.
10-7-2.
Hanging tough is Erik Lange. They stave off 2 championship points.
Unfriendly net cord there for Will Howells.
Now if you're Lange and Manthou, you have to find a way to string together some points.
7-10-1.
That's not going to do it as Howells has the easy put away.
Good read in the middle from Howells, stepping over and taking that forehand here.
7-10-2.
Oh,
Light out.
No. Not what Lange wanted right there.
third attempt at championship point.
10-7-1.
Men with the Midas touch. Third straight goal for Jack Munro and Will Howells. We will hear from our champions when we come back here at the APP Sacramento Open.
Everyone knows standing still doesn't get you where you want to go. It's all about movement and progression, power, strength, innovation, expertise. On the court, off the court, and on the way to the court, you have to expect more out of yourself. And you should expect more of the company who makes your tires. Getting you more miles, traction, and safety is why we get up in the morning. Let's drive forward. Expect more. Fortune Tires.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is sponsored by The James, the official hospital of the APP Tour, and Charles Smith Wines, the official wine of the APP Tour.
Your Zimmer Biomet recovery moment of the match, Chad. It's Will Howells.
Yeah, Will Howells stepped up, used that flick. Down the road was strong, going into the body of Manthou, into the body of Lange, and you see that right hip again. That was the predominant target there on Lange, and it's Howells and Munro taking another gold here in Sacramento, and they're courtside with Dorian Croft in our post-match interview.
Thanks, fellas. Jack, Will, congratulations. Another gold medal for you guys in men's doubles. Pushed to 3 in this tournament. What was the biggest adjustment that you guys made there in the third game?
Geez, wind. It's spirally. Like, it's tough to figure out how to place returns, but we just ended up hitting our serve well and adjusting that way.
Will, you were talking about the success that you and Jack have had so far this season. You guys have gotten better and better. Where have you seen this partnership grow throughout the course of this tournament?
I think we really just trust each other, and we're having a lot of fun out here. I mean, it's just a blast playing with Jack. He's such a great talent, and yeah, it's been great because of that.
Well, it's always great when you guys are winning gold medals. Will Howells, Jack Munro, your gold medalists in men's doubles here in Sacramento.
Will Howells, Jack Munro, get it done again, Chad. They're just looking too good right now.
Yeah, and you heard Will Howells right there. They're out there having fun, and it's a great partnership. You know, they're making adjustments from tournament to tournament, and a fantastic gold again here in Sacramento. We'll take a quick break and be back here with more action from the APP Sacramento Open.